And we're live! How are we doing, NPCs? What's up? What's the
Hey
vibe?
guys, how's it going? I have COVID. Well, I did, but I'm better now, so we're streaming again.
You sound better. You sound great.
How was everybody's week without us streaming? Except for Tuesday. How was the stream Tuesday? I don't even remember. I was barely conscious.
I honestly don't remember it much either.
Guys, how was the stream last Tuesday?
They're all gonna say it's good, because it was good. It was a great stream. Every stream we do is great.
Wow, fucking overconfident.
Hi, Joiker. I hope you're having a good day. I'm good. I've had a good day. What about you, Scott?
I've had a great day. It literally has never been better.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it's not. I'm going to a amusement park tomorrow with my family, so no stream tomorrow. We're just missing streams left and right.
Yeah, so no stream tomorrow, but we'll be back Thursday. Ingo said, I'm happy to inform you that it will be a wonder if I don't have COVID. Ingo, no.
That's good. No, if I have to suffer, he has to suffer.
Yo, what's up, Susie?
Hi, Susie. Also, my health is good, Joiker. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, so how are you feeling now that you're quite a bit out? It's been like, what, a week and a half at this point?
I got it on Thursday of not last week, but the week before. So yeah, about a week and a half. I feel just fine, really. I mean, I still get kind of tired if I try and do too much. But the worst part is this fucking cough. That sucks. But that's just gonna take a little while to go away.
Yeah, that was the
Everyone
thing.
keeps telling me it stays around for a month, and I'm determined to beat it faster than that.
Yeah, that was the thing that lingered with me the worst was the cough. My everything else went away pretty quickly, but the cough stayed probably for about a month for me too.
Stop it. Don't say that to me. I'm drawing some Lucia. I know this is a shock to everybody that's a longtime viewer. A longtime fan. I know it's so weird. Like, wow, Scott's drawing a Lucia on stream. That's so strange.
Well, you did have a while where you were drawing that fucking other OC.
That other OC. Yeah, what was that? What was that thing that somebody left?
Yeah, we had one of our Patreon surveys. It was just from months ago. It was like, I love their work. It's great, but recently they've just been drawing too much of this other OC that I'm not a fan of. I don't know why that's really funny to me.
Yeah, I guess they really don't like Mia.
Or it was Suan. Maybe that one post with Suan. They weren't a fan.
I did like 1 week where I only posted Mia, and they were like, absolutely not.
They've abandoned Lucia.
Absolutely not. I won't stand for this. I wonder if they ever came back.
I don't. Yeah, we have no way of knowing. We have no way of knowing who that even was.
Can I have a refund? Or?
Yeah, we do have people in our Patreon exit surveys that will say like, "Can you give us a refund?" blank reason, and like I feel bad because we can't see who leaves the exit surveys. They're all anonymous, so it's like you have to message us if it's something like that. So I guess just word of advice.
But don't ask for a refund. You're taking everything we ever worked for, motherfuckers. Kidding.
He jokes.
Kind
he
of.
jokes.
We did have one guy that like subscribed and was like, "Can I have a refund?" And it was like on the like last day of the month or whatever, so we gave him one. And then he subscribed again and was like, "Can I have a refund?"
Yeah, we gave him like the benefit of the doubt the first time, and then the second time he was just like, "Hey, I know this sounds crazy, but it happened.
You won't believe this.
It happened again." But we're typically pretty nice. So what have you been doing, Scott, during your time since we've last streamed?
This pretty much. When I had last week, I didn't do a whole lot. Some drawing. This week, I feel good enough that I've just been drawing and trying to make up for the work. I actually was gonna take Thursday and Friday off of last week. I was really excited about it, as you know, uh, and I was just still sick, and I didn't really get to, which sucked.
Yeah, you had a it was a conundrum with you taking you were like at one point you were like I'm gonna take a half day every day, and then you were like I'm gonna take Thursday and Friday off, and you finally settled on that, and then you got COVID.
Oh well.
Susie said, "Oh, is your Patreon charge up front?" Yes, it is. We had it not on charge up front at first, and people will just sub and immediately unsub. At first, we were
And
like,
some people,
"There you go."
some people don't even do it on purpose. It's just, it's not. You should have it be charged up front. That's the only reasonable way.
I honestly can't believe they have the option to not have it be charged up front. Because it basically just lets people steal your work without actually paying. So, yeah, but at the start, for the first few months, we didn't have it charged up front. We were adamant against it. And then we realized that we weren't making any money because of it. Yeah, so have you
I
been...
only support piracy when it's not my content.
So have you been able to did you miss a ton of work while you were sick?
A little bit. I still worked some because I figured that since I wasn't able to take the day off anyways, like, and enjoy it, I should get a little work done. So I still did some work while I was sick, but not a ton. It was pretty relaxed. You know, as relaxing as it can be having COVID.
So did you enjoy your time off where you were sick and
No.
dying?
No, not at all.
Well, hey, tomorrow you're gonna have a good time, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that. If being in a car for like 7 hours with a 6-year-old sounds like a great time, then yeah.
I actually I'm gonna be gone most of Friday because it's my niece's birthday, so I have to go back down to Baltimore.
My godchild.
Yeah,
Fun fact.
I think I'm spending the night there, back down home with my parents.
Wow.
So, yep, that's gonna be fun.
Where are you gonna sleep? They changed your room around.
My bed's still there. My old bed, still there.
How are you gonna handle sleeping on that piece of shit?
I'll deal with it. Amy's coming down with me, so it won't just be me. She's also gonna have to sleep on it. The bed I bought for, I think it was like $250 on Amazon, because I needed a new bed.
I'm sure it's great.
I remember after sleeping on an air mattress for a year, I thought it was incredible.
Yeah.
Now that I've slept on an actual bed for quite a while. Yo, what's up, Czar?
Yo, Red Sox to acquire Eric Hosmer? What happened?
I guess Juan Soto didn't go to the Padres. What do you draw with, Scott?
My hand. Fucking dumbass. No, I'm kidding. Photoshop? Or do you mean my tablet? My tablet's a Cintiq 16.
Would you recommend it?
I would if your budget is suitable for it.
So there you go.
There you go. Yeah, Juan Soto's not traded yet. That's crazy.
Nobody else knows anything about Juan Soto, Scott. Come on.
It's fine. They don't have to. That's for us.
We got to see Juan Soto in person. Got to watch him hit a home run, actually.
Yeah, hit a... I think the Nationals still lost.
They did lose, yes.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, no, I used the Cintiq 16. I used to use a Parblo 11. And then I upgraded to this. I also have an XP Pen 22, but it's too big for my desk. So I just use my Cintiq 16.
Do you prefer, like, would you get a bigger tablet if things permitted, or do you think it's like the perfect size for you?
I just like this size because I've never, like, I don't draw on paper that's 22 inches or 24 inches, whatever it is. So it would just be like, I'm sure there's a benefit to it, but for the life of me, I couldn't imagine it.
It seems like it'd be cumbersome.
Yeah. So I don't do all that now.
Shroom said ooh woo, seriously? Yeah. Ooh, it's the ooh woo arc.
How would you draw an uwu face for a? Here.
Are you proud of this?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
People are gonna want this as an emote in the server. So.
Uwu. Uwu. What are the other uwu faces? Because there's like a whole
Ooh
like,
genre.
uwu genre,
Yeah.
A subsect of the English language, little known, the uwu genre.
The ooh-woos. I've still yet to actually hear someone say ooh-woo in person unironically. That's
You're better off.
That's
I've
one of the.
experienced it one time.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. Because I think it's a pretty incredible thing that you've experienced it at all. Ooh.
Yo, Susie's got the uwu language down.
I'm gonna when I go see my parents, I'm gonna say ooh. And see
Your
what
dad might smack you.
I'm gonna say ooh, and I'm only gonna speak like a cringy anime like Tumblr girl from like 2012, and see how long it takes for my dad to ask what happened to the old me.
I miss the old Bryce.
I missed before you moved. Hi Bryce and Scott, how's it going? It's going well. It's been a good day.
It's going well. It's been a good day.
Yeah, I wrote this whole ass scene the other day, 40 pages long. I wrote, and I was really happy with it. And then I woke up this morning to Scott and me deciding to rewrite it, and decided that it was actually all garbage. And so I've spent all day making it good, and redoing my bad.
But it's better now.
It is a lot better now. It is.
I have not read it yet.
No, you've not, but it is better now. So I have to. That's what I've been doing all day. It's been good. It's always good. I like getting trashed on for how bad my work is, and then doing good work.
What would your life be if I didn't make you rewrite a bunch of stuff all the time?
I mean, to be fair, I rewrote like fucking Kindred Heavens. I swear probably over 20 times.
20 times so far.
That is true. My life is rewriting things I've already written. But such
Writing
is
new
life.
things is a myth. Which technically this is also what we're doing right now. Like the whole project's a rewrite, but
That is true. Bryce, rewrite my OC's backstory? Nah. Sorry, Ingo. Hire someone else.
well, he never said hire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's what I did today. That's literally all the work I did today. Basically, was that, and then I outlined my novel for a bit.
I drew this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and then I drew some stuff for Patreon,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm here inking this.
Mm.
That's been my whole day basically.
Scott does this thing where I was like, we didn't have any Patreon posts in Drive, and I mentioned it to him, and he was like, "No, we're fine." And I was like, "Okay." And then the next day, I swear he put in like 25 images. Like it was just like an explosion of Patreon content. I was like, which one? And then he was like, I don't fucking know. It's too many. And then he just like sat there. I sat there for like 2 minutes as he sifted through the posts and told me which one to post.
This is the way. Backlog all day, baby.
This is the struggle of dealing with him. Or like when I asked
This post
him,
might
Mhm.
go up in October, and it also might go up next month. I don't know yet.
What decides whether it goes up next month or October?
How my posts do for the rest of, or for the first couple weeks of this month. Because if the posts don't do great, which I suspect they might not, I'm just gonna post all of my September drawings in this month. And then all of my October drawings that I'm working on, I'm gonna post in September. So basically, I'll just kill a month of backlog, for funsies.
To make up for the numbers not doing as well as you like.
Yeah.
This is what it's like being with
B.
him.
That's plan B. I don't know for sure that that's gonna happen.
That's plan B, Scott. But I will say it's the 2nd of the month, and you're saying like I just don't think it's gonna be a good month. So I think that means you've already decided you're doing that. That's typically how this goes.
I'm just saying you guys can change my mind. Like and retweet my drawings.
Hey guys, I'm not out here begging for likes, but I'm just saying, if you did, you won't get more content quickly.
Oh shit, you're right. That's not a very good proposition.
You'll have to wait for content. Sorry, guys. Did you realize how dumb that sounded after you?
Listen, I still have COVID, Bryn.
So Scott, you've been doing this for a long time now, drawing Lucia's. And I remember, I think last year you and I were talking, and you were talking about like struggling to come up with ideas to draw her in and stuff like that. Do you still feel like you get that, or do you feel like you're pretty honed in with it at this point to where you're able to just kind of manifest ideas for it?
I feel like I'm pretty much able to just come up with ideas on a whim. But through having done it for a long time, and also knowing the places to look for inspiration, like Pinterest and Google, and just like the right places, our outfits channel, and just also having some reliable ideas to fall back on. Like if I really need a drawing and I don't have anything, then I'll just draw the bunny suit again, or a bikini or something. Just, like I feel like I pretty much, ideas are no longer an issue for me. I can just whip those out as much as I want. Which really it was never a super huge issue, at least as big as some other people seem to have it. Like I hear some artists complain, like, I don't know what to draw. I've never really had that problem. I've always had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do and make.
So basically you're saying that you're a god and everyone else is beneath you?
I'm built different and y'all suck.
So do you, when it comes to like coming up with ideas for outfits, do you ever sit down and go, or just post sheets, stuff like that in general, do you ever sit down and go, okay, I'm going to think of a big batch of them right now? Or do you just kind of pants it in a way? Just like do it on a whim as it comes to you?
Well, I'll sit down and I'll say like, okay, I'm working on my October backlog. So like I need to get some ideas going. And sometimes I'll sit down and I'll draw and pencil out like 15 to 20 posts in one go. And sometimes I'll do like one at a time. Like this month so far, I've been really doing stuff one at a time. Like I penciled this today. And now I'm finishing it. And the Patreon thing that I did earlier today, I drew and finished it today as well. It just depends. I mix it up. I try and keep it fresh. Because I find that I have to slightly change my process constantly. Otherwise, I'll get bored. Like if I can't have the same process and approach for months. I have to do things slightly differently every now and then. Otherwise, I just get really bored.
Does it make you feel a little bit too much like a machine at that point? Like you're just kind of sitting there cranking out your work?
Like the last couple months I did just like in batches. I was like, all right, here, I'm going to pencil 40. I'm going to pencil 40 drawings in one go. And I did that. And then I finished coloring all of them. And then I was like, okay, I could sit down and just do that again. But I kind of don't want to. I kind of want to take it a little bit slower and do stuff like this, where I just like do the whole thing in one day, from start to finish. It's a small difference, and it usually is, but just sometimes like I have to do things differently to stay entertained.
Yo, Only Crab Guy's here.
Yo, the crab guy's here.
How long
I'm
does
drawing
it?
the crab right now.
How long does it take you to make a single post, and how long did it take before when you were not as good?
Well, this post probably took me about an hour to draw, maybe a little bit less.
By draw, you mean pencil?
Yeah, pencil. Like getting this, it probably took me like an hour, maybe a little less, maybe 45 minutes. And let's see, I was inking this middle one when we started stream, and I finished it, and we're 20 minutes in. So inking this probably took me 30 to 40 minutes in total, and then coloring will probably take me like an hour, maybe a little bit more. I work a little bit slower on stream, so a whole post from start to finish takes me anywhere between like, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours.
How many would you say you typically get done in a day, like fully finished?
I think a really comfortable amount for me is 2. I can do more. I can do up to 4 in one day from start to finish.
But that's like working yourself to the bone.
Yeah, that's really pushing it. So I don't do that a lot. I try and stick at 2. At least I have recently. Like if I found that if I can do 2 full posts every single day, then I can I'll be pretty comfortable because I'll be adding to my backlog, and also I'll be doing stuff for like that day. So that's my current, and the few days that I've done this so far, I feel pretty comfortable. I'll change eventually the workflow, but not like I remember I penciled 2 months worth of posts in 1 week. And that was kind of pushing it for me. And then I inked 2 months worth of posts the next week, and then I colored 2 months worth of posts the next week. So 3 weeks I got 2 months worth of posts, which that was quite a lot of work.
That was why you were talking about wanting the off day so bad, I assume.
Yeah,
before.
Yeah, that's why I needed those off days, which I ended up not really taking. But whatever.
And then so the question I have, just I guess in that same vein, is do the Patreon posts take you around the same time?
Yeah, they're about the same. Maybe slightly quicker because I usually don't do full post sheets, but sometimes I do backgrounds, so it balances.
Also, sometimes you do that sort of like the comic format that you posted.
Yeah, so it's about the same. There's not really a huge difference. Like I said, today I did one Patreon post and then one. This is my Twitter post that I'm doing for the day, and they're both from scratch. Like this morning when I woke up, this didn't exist. I woke up and I found the outfit, and I got to work on it. I could have had it done sooner, but I was saving it for. I needed something to work on for stream, so
Fair.
I was saving it.
Also, part of the question earlier was that it used to take you longer. Like, have you gotten faster with it?
Yeah, for sure. Well, not always, but when I first started out, I wasn't doing posts like this. I was just doing comic books. Like that was my job. So part of that is that you have to be really fast if you want to do that. And it requires learning a lot of techniques to make you faster because otherwise it's just going to take too long. So since I started doing like Twitter type art, I've been pretty fast just because of my time as a comic artist where you have to be. So I've definitely gotten faster, but I would say I've always been pretty quick because I've worked at it. Speed is something that you can definitely train. And if you want to get faster, you can. You just have to work at it. And that's something that very early on I worked at a lot was because I needed to. I needed that speed for my job. And it's just translated over to this. And I'm still getting faster. Even still, it's just a lot slower.
And I guess along that same vein, we got a question saying, do you have any advice for getting faster, or should you just focus on being more happy with the drawing? Like, so should you worry about getting faster or just focus on being happy with what you're working on?
I think that depends. I think you need you need a base level of happiness. Like you shouldn't be drawing stuff. Like if you're drawing things that you just absolutely hate, you shouldn't worry about speed. You should just be studying and practicing. But if you want to, it just depends on what you want to do. Like if you want to get faster, like if you're like I want to do this as a job, well, okay, well, it would really help you if you were fast, because then you could do a lot of posts or do a lot of commissions or whatever. So it depends on what you're wanting to do. But speed is always helpful in a professional setting. But some people have an approach. I mean, because my style is more cartoonish, I'm not like some people that are more painterly. They spend a lot more time on their pieces because they want them to be rendered really, really well, which is fine. It's just a different approach, and it's not my approach, and so I'm able to be a lot faster because of the style that I have, and that's on purpose. Like I developed a style that lets me work really quickly, with cell shading and stuff, which hopefully people still like. I mean.
Yeah, I would say it's one of the big things is I feel like it's sometimes less about, sometimes it's just be about being faster, but when you're working on like personal stuff, like stuff you're just working on because you want to, I think it's more about being efficient with it than necessarily being fast, making sure you're using your time working on it well. Like if you're drawing your own comic or drawing your own characters or stuff like that.
I'll tell you that I think a lot of young art, and when I say young, I don't necessarily mean age young. I mean like beginner artists, I guess is a better way to put it. If you really want to immediately get faster, like put your phone away when you're drawing. Don't put on like TV. Get rid of your distractions, and I think a lot of you will suddenly notice that you work much, much, much. Like Bryce said, it's really efficiency. Like you can get faster at drawing, but it's really about efficiency and getting your process down and saying like, okay, well, see, like what I'm doing right now with the shading is just, it's something that lets me color faster, and shade faster, and so that's just part of the efficiency. Like I'm not going through and adding in these colors or these shadows at like lightning quick pace. Like it could be faster. It's just this process is very efficient, so it lets me finish rather quickly.
Yeah, it's, you'll find Scott and I find ourselves with every aspect of stuff we work on. That's a thing we talk about is efficiency. So like we'll talk about like if we're writing, like for example today we were talking about because I talked earlier about how we had to rewrite the scene because we weren't super happy with it. Well, we talked about like whether we would rather just like write on or whether we would stop, like rather stop and try and rework the scene until we were like super happy with it. And the reason we chose to rework the scene was just because we knew it would be the more productive, efficient thing to do. Like even if we necessarily at the time didn't want to like have to go back and we wanted to like sort of soldier on, we knew that like it would only make more work for us down the line, so it's more efficient. And so you learn there's like a lot of little things like that. That it's I feel like a lot of times it's less about being fast and more about being efficient, and just knowing how to get to where you need to go and do the things you need to do quicker.
Also, tip for all of the beginner artists as well, if you want to get faster, is and honestly, this is something I think a lot of people don't learn until they're more intermediate. If you're struggling with a drawing, just start over. Like I see some people that'll like just keep tweaking at like one drawing over and over and over. I gotta work. I gotta move the leg. I gotta move the arm. I gotta do this, and like it would a lot of times just be faster if you just gave up and said like, okay, I'm just gonna start over. And so instead of spending an hour and 15 minutes tweaking one drawing over and over again, maybe you just draw a new one in 10 minutes. And then like maybe you like that one, maybe you don't. If you don't, you just draw another one. I learned that from Toriyama. Actually, he was talking about how like when he tries to draw panels for Dragon, or when he was doing Dragon Ball, he tried to draw panels just as quickly as possible. And if they didn't turn out the way he liked, he just redrew them, because it was faster than sitting there and trying to edit them over and over and over again. It's part of being not so precious about your artwork. Like just realizing that it's just a drawing and you're going to do thousands of drawings. So if you had to start over, it's not a big deal.
Also, you learn a lot more from doing new things, even if it's just redrawing the same thing but from scratch, than you do from working on the same thing over and over. It's why you hear a lot about like people who have been working on their same novel for 10 years, but they haven't gotten much better because they've never tried to like work on anything different. They've only ever just obsessed over that one piece. A lot of times it's just, and that's a very like exaggerated version of what we're talking about, but most of the time it's better just to start fresh. Like if I'm writing a scene and it doesn't work, I just redo, like I literally what we were talking about earlier, like I just scrapped and redid the whole thing. You also got asked what the best time to post on Twitter is.
Middle of the day Eastern Standard Time, while people are at work, basically. For like, you know, you can post anywhere from like lunchtime, like noon, all the way to I don't know, 5, and it'll be fine. So and somewhere between 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern is like the sweet spot, I think. At least that's when I noticed that my posts do the best.
Now here's a question for you. Would you say now that you've become a bigger account, it matters as much for you?
I would say it's the same. I don't think that it's like a huge, like some people talk about it like it's the only thing that matters.
Like you don't think it's the be all end all. Like you don't think a post is dead if you don't post at that time?
No, I think it plays a factor in it. I think it's maybe like 10 to 15% of the post traction, roughly. Which is, it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, you know. It's like it might do a little better, it might do a little worse if you post at the right or wrong time, but it's not really something that you should be like freaked out about.
Yeah, I've noticed people really seem to obsess about it.
Which, like, it can definitely help, don't get me wrong. I think if anything, it's more consistency that's important with it. Because if you always post at a certain time, then your audience, you're going to gather, tend to be active at a certain time. So then if you change it and you post at a completely different time, then your audience might be a little confused, or they might miss your posts on accident, which you don't want, obviously.
Also, I would say just like a random, I guess, tip for Twitter, and this is something you've said a lot, but I'm gonna repeat here, especially as someone who like consumes a lot of art as a fan, is definitely keep your media tab clean. Like, don't like post a ton of GIFs in response to people and like a ton of random pictures and stuff like that. It's very frustrating when you go to like, you see an artist and you're like, oh fuck, that's really cool. And you want to go look at more of their art and you go to their media tab and it's just like 90% game, like GIFs or game videos or just like random meme stuff rather than their own artwork. Like your media tab, you should think of it literally as your gallery. That is what 95% of the people, that's the first thing they're going to click when they want to see like your artwork as a whole. When they go to your page, and they're just going to scroll through it. So you want them to just immediately get hit with as many pieces of art as possible.
It's true.
It's damn
that
true.
Media tab clean.
Hey Scott, when Disco Lucia? Disco Lucia is a pretty banger idea, to be fair.
I don't know. Maybe I'll do it like later this week.
Maybe that'll be the Thursday stream.
Maybe that'll be the Thursday stream, but also maybe not. Don't.
It's a mystery box. Come back on Thursday and see. When you decide your back, because I've noticed this through watching you draw a lot on stream. When you do your backgrounds, I see you do it first a lot of times before you color the rest of the image. Is it because you already know what the colors for like the outfit's gonna be, or do you start with the background like to help you figure it out?
It's a little of both. Right now, I know that I want what I want the colors of this image to be. But I'm not exactly sure, what I want the background color to be. So right now, I just put something down, and I'm gonna go back, and after I lay the colors down, I'm gonna pick something that works a little better.
Is there gonna be another strip game? Probably at some point.
Eventually. Probably at 500k.
Do you think you'll always do that, like every 100k do a strip game?
I think so. It's like tradition at this point.
I think it's also a fun thing for people to look forward to, and kind of for you to like to check the milestone in your head a little bit.
Yeah, so 500k people, I'll do another strip game, unless it takes too long, in which case I'll just do another one anyways.
In which case you might get another one and then one at 500k.
Yeah.
Do the Kiryu pose for Disco Lucia. Speaking of that, I've started playing Yakuza for the first time. I was in a VC with Echo, and I mentioned that, and the man about screamed. He was so excited. He was so overwhelmingly happy that I started playing Yakuza. It's very fun. I like it. I'm playing Yakuza 0.
I learned something about Echo that I this might get him canceled. But I think if it does, he deserved it.
Echo's here. Hey, Echo.
So I just want everyone to know. You know what he told me? You know what movie he said that he's not seen? He said that he's not seen My Neighbor Totoro.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I couldn't believe it.
That's pretty wild.
Of all the movies, I couldn't believe that he hadn't seen My Neighbor Totoro.
Especially as someone that's seen like most of the Ghibli movies.
Yeah.
Like, how is that the one
shocked.
you've avoided?
I don't know.
I'm not even upset. I'm just confused.
I'm disappointed. It's not the best one or anything. It's just like, but
I just
like
feel like it's
Ghibli.
one of the ones everyone starts with.
Well, it's the Ghibli. It's literally their logo.
I watched that movie as a child.
I didn't avoid it. I just sort of forgot. Echo, get out of here.
Ingo said, question, Scott, have you already finished the Jacko post sheet that you promised will be posted on the 16th of September, 2022?
Yes.
He said he has all his September posts done. But you're gonna post those in August, right? So you're gonna have to make it for September. There you go. That's your excuse.
I don't know what color I want to make this background yet. I could do yellow. I could do some wacky shit. I could do blue.
But yeah, Yakuza's fun. I played darts in it for like an hour and a half the other night. I just started playing darts and I couldn't stop myself. And so I lost an hour and a half of my life in that game just getting really obsessed with playing darts. But I think that's like the magic of the series, from what people have always told me.
What about this?
If only
Just
Bacon
like
were going to tell you your colors were bad.
Just a really pastel color. That works. When you don't know what color to make something, just make it pastel.
Bryce, why are you depriving the world of you streaming Yakuza? I've never streamed by myself. Or streamed myself playing a game by myself. Maybe one day. Maybe the Bryce streams will finally happen. I said they were going to happen like 5 months ago. And they never did. I want to see Lucia cosplaying as Ryuko from Kill la Kill. Well, you can. That's been done.
Yeah, I've done that before.
I think more than once too, right?
I
know you did a Patreon post forever ago. I'm pretty sure. But then I think you recently did the Ryuko.
Yeah.
By the way, there is one. It's out there. What is Yakuza? It's a game made by Sega where you basically it's like I don't really know how to describe it because it's not like any of the other like big crime games. It's just really fun. It's kind of silly, kind of super serious at the same time. It's like if you were playing in the Yakuza like a criminal game, but it was like a pro wrestling game. Like it was written like it was a pro wrestling storyline. That's how. And you can play a bunch of mini games.
And there you go.
Bryce gaming when? Ingo, I'll start a gaming channel if you'll stream with me on it. It'll be the Bryce and Ingo stream.
I think most people would vote to replace me with Ingo.
I would.
I also would.
Speaking of fucking Echo, of this motherfucker, me, him, Shroom and B. I almost said the wrong name. Me, him, Shroom and B, all played Phasmophobia the other day, and this motherfucker Echo, he got me killed, and I'm still pretty upset about this with this fucking voodoo doll. So there's a voodoo doll that you can fuck with it, and if you fuck with it enough, like it'll piss the ghost off and it'll kill you. And Echo was stood in the middle of this house, repeatedly stabbing this voodoo doll, saying, "Fuck you, little bitch, you're a little bitch, ghost, you're a little bitch, ghost, you're not gonna do shit." And it killed me instead of him. And I've still not stopped being upset about this. So I wanted to bring that anger on the stream. Because I heard apparently the same thing happened to Ingo last night. So Ingo and I can bond through both being killed by something not our fault.
%39%.
So Scott, I know green is your least favorite color to draw. What is your favorite color to work in the drawings?
Blue probably, or well, does black count?
I think no, because I think black's too easy of an answer.
Probably like blue then. Blues are cool as shit, man.
Do you have a favorite kind of blue?
If I could,
you
really.
A cyan guy?
Cool. I don't discriminate. I don't.
You strike me as a cyan kind of guy. You strike me as the kind of guy that would throw an aquamarine away.
I knew a girl named Cheyenne once.
That's not even what I said. I said cyan.
Yeah, but it reminded me of the name Cheyenne.
Wowzers. So blue, would you say blue is your favorite color?
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite color, I
Wow.
don't think. People, like, even when people would ask me as a kid.
Even as a child, would come up to me and they would say, "What is your favorite color?"
No, but you know what I mean. Everyone always asks kids what their favorite color is. And I don't know. I mean, I would just say something because I was a kid and whatever. But do you think white or yellow?
Flip back to yellow real quick. I think the white.
I don't know, man. The yellow kind of bangs.
I think the yellow does kind of bang. I think with the background, it looks a little weird though. But I don't know shit about anything. So ask Echo. Echo's in chat. Echo will tell you.
Echo?
Actually, I know Echo well enough, so he'll probably tell you both are bad, and he'll give you some really out-of-pocket answer.
I'm going to leave it like this, and then I can go back and make it white later.
If you were forced to take... Echo said white as well. So.
Well, I'm going to leave it like this, and I can change it back to white later.
If you were forced to take one color out of your vision, which one would it be? That's an interesting question.
Ingo, you're like partly colorblind, right? What color? What color can you not see? Because I'll take that one.
Now we wait for Ingo to answer.
Now we wait, and now we wait.
Damn, you just exposed Ingo's color blindness. Can you believe that? Even though I think it says it in his Twitter bio.
Colorblind artist. Whatever Chasu, whatever color they can't see, they seem to be doing fine without it.
I have no idea. It's hard to think of like a color you'd want to take out of your vision.
I want dog vision. I want to see the same colors that dogs do.
Ingo said, I have a hard time differentiating some purples and blues and some light greens and yellows.
There you go. That's my answer.
I would choose greenish brown because it looks yucky. I feel like for the question though, you have to pick like it can't be like greenish brown. It has to be like green, right? Else I feel like it's too easy.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like there are plenty of like gross color combinations that you could say like, well, I want to get rid of that. But I feel like saying,
you heard it here, guys. Bryce said your answer sucks.
No, I wasn't saying that. I was elaborating onto the question. Fuck you. How do you make your hair so lifelike?
Like not my
Not
actual
not
hair.
your not your actual hair.
Um, honestly, I don't know. I'm not very good at drawing. I try and one thing I try and keep in mind that I think a lot of beginners struggle with, or they do, and it doesn't look good in my opinion. And I'll show you in a second once I figure out how this eye works. Um. Yeah, sure. Um. Sometimes when beginners start drawing, and they do hair, they will do like, like jagged lines like this, where it's like, um, like really sharp. But a much better shape for hair is actually like rounded ends. So even this looks a little bit better here because it's rounded and not just sharp. However, you also can use, or you should use big, medium, and large, or big, medium, and small. Sorry, COVID brain. In your shape language a lot. So like instead of just these 3 jagged lines, you can make one big, one small, and one medium, and that looks a little more interesting. And if you add the more rounded shape to it, you can see like here, there you go. That's looking a little better. And you can see I did it here. Like here's your large, your medium, and your small. And like your large, medium, small. Even though I didn't do a great job here. Those are just a couple tips that I think help. Maybe not.
They said it.
Like I said, I'm not great at hair, like I said. So that's the way that I do it. Those are the things that I try and think about.
One more question: how do you draw eyes that even look good? When I draw mine, they look really bulgy.
Bulgy? I'd have to see what you're talking about to answer. Just practicing the anatomy of a head and a face. Like, understanding like what the actual human eye does and looks like when it's sitting in a head will help you, I think, because like stylizing is just you're trying to depict what happens in real life. So if you don't have a great understanding of what happens in real life, your eye may not look totally realistic. But specifically the bulging thing, I'd have to see your drawing to know what you're talking about.
What would you say? Would you say like studying the anatomy is the most important thing, and like knowing where to place them and how they work is the most important thing to learning how to draw them right? But
yeah, I mean, I think any part of the body, if you want to learn how to improve at it, just study that part in real life. Everything that we draw, even when we're cartoonish anime style, it's based on real life. So if you're struggling, I'm not one of those people that believes that if in order to be a good artist, you have to be able to draw photorealistically, and before you can learn how to draw anything, you should go learn and grind your studies. But no, I think once you get to a point where you say like, I want to learn how to draw this better, like that person that asked about eyes, like they're at the point where they want to learn how to draw eyes better. That's fine. And so you just go study real eyes, and you learn how they work, real faces. And you sort of let your own curiosity guide your study patterns.
speaking of study, we have kind of a few questions regarding that. Do you still do studies outside of drawing?
Yeah, for sure. Studying is great. I still try. I don't do it as much as I should, but studying is a great way to stay sharp. I still do gesture drawing. I still do like specifically like I need to learn how to draw feet better. Just feet for a while. And it's just a great way to learn. So yeah, absolutely. You should never stop. You should always be learning how to do stuff. Always be practicing.
Whenever I find a new writer that I really like their style, one of the first things I try and do is after like consuming a lot of their work or reading a lot of their stuff, I typically go and try and write. Like I'll be like, I want to try and write a story, like how they do, and so I'll go and I'll try and write like a short story, either in their like prose style or just in their storytelling style or stuff like that. And then also kind of bouncing off of that, would you like to teach drawing as a teacher?
I think eventually, that I would. I think honestly, I would enjoy more of a mentorship than like a classroom setting. Being able to actually sit down and like work with the same person regularly on certain things. I feel like I help teach people a little bit here on stream. But as a job, I think eventually I might enjoy doing it at least part-time. Presently, I have too much that I want to do myself to have time to really do that. And I also feel like I need to improve a lot myself before I can reasonably teach somebody. But yeah, no, eventually I'd absolutely love to.
Do you think it would be a purely passion thing? Like you would want to do it just because you want to do it?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think I'd ever want it to be my full-time gig. I could see it being something that I enjoy doing, like, you know, a day, 2 days a week, part-time, just because I do enjoy teaching. Or like I said, like if I'd like to do where I just work with the same person and give them a lot of feedback and try and help them along. It sounds super fun to me. But it's just the time thing. Like right now I don't have any interest in doing it because you know, like I said, I have my own books to draw, my own stuff to do. But when I'm old and I'm bored of of doing the normal stuff and I've done everything I want to do, then yeah, absolutely. But in the meantime, I'm happy just helping teach people on stream.
And then
like Echo, you know, I know he comes here for advice a lot.
Echo, speaking of Echo, said, what's the singular best piece of art advice you've ever gotten?
Best singular piece? Just draw a lot. Just every day. Specifically because, like, for people that want to make it your career and your job, you know, I just got where I am from drawing a lot. And if you want to do it for a job, that's, I mean, that you know, there's no secret. It's just, you got to draw all the time. So that was probably the best. Work ethic is the best advice I've received, just because work ethic covers up a lot of mistakes maybe that you make in process, or maybe you're not great at studying, but you can make up for it with just working really hard. Maybe you're not born and maybe naturally as talented as some people, but you can overcome it with hard work. There's a great saying in sports that I've heard a lot, but it applies to this as well, that the only thing that you control 100% of is your effort level. And that's very true. There are a lot of things in life that you can't control, but the only thing that you can is how hard you work. And if you decide to work very hard, then everything else is out of your control, like the ultimate results, like whether or not you get a cool job, if you get accepted to art school, like whatever you're trying to do, it's out of your control ultimately. But the only thing that you can do, and the only thing that you have that can increase your chances is your effort level. And so if at the end of the day, you can say, like, no matter what happens, you want to be able to say, okay, I did everything that I could. I put in the most work that I possibly could put in. Everything that I was in control, I did to the best of my ability. So then even if it doesn't work out at the end, you know that you couldn't have done anything differently. You don't want to fail at something and then say, man, I could have done more. I could have worked harder. I could have drawn that extra day or that extra piece or studied more or whatever. I think, and like I said, this is for people that want to do it for like a job. If you just want to do it as a hobby, then, you know, you can draw whenever you want. You don't have to draw every day. But yeah, I think that's it, and it's life advice too. It's not just drawing advice. But that I think would be the thing that I learned that helped me the most, if I had to boil it down to one piece of information.
I guess in that same vein, to make the question about writing, one of the best pieces of advice I ever heard was it's very much in the same thing, but it has an extra little caveat, and it's that to be a good writer, you have to write and read a lot. I think it was Stephen King that said that. Like you have to read a lot of books and write a lot of books. And also one that has always stuck with me that I think is like a really incredible quote, and I think it's also from Stephen King, was like it takes I'm trying to remember specifically what it is. I don't remember specifically what it is, but it's basically like if a novel is 300 pages and you write a page every day, you'll have a novel finished in a year. Which when I was younger and I could never fathom finishing a novel. That was I remember reading that, and it was very like, it suddenly didn't seem like this crazy big thing. And I'd kind of forgotten about that. And then recently I read this interview between him and Gaiman, where Gaiman talked about how it did the same thing for him. And I thought that was really fucking cool. Okay, we got some more questions. What art software do you recommend people using? CSP. Don't be like Scott.
Yeah, if you're just now starting out, then I'd recommend CSP. If you're deep into it, then like you're in the shit. Then,
if you're deep in the Photoshop throws.
If you're deep in the Photoshop, then just whatever you're comfortable with.
How do you do shading? I can do it on paper, but not as well digitally.
How do I do it? Like actual process wise?
I think it's less process. I think it's more just like they're good at it traditionally. How would you advise them to get better at doing it digitally?
Well, that depends on what you do traditionally. I would just find a way to try and learn how to do that same process that you're good at traditionally, and learn how to do it digitally. If you already know how. Like if you're watercoloring when you're doing traditional, then just look up and Google and YouTube how to watercolor in Photoshop or CSP or whatever. There's plenty of brushes and stuff. If you're doing chalk or charcoal or even pencil, all that stuff you can replicate with some accuracy digital. And so if you already have a comfort level and a style that you want to render in, then you have a good starting point.
They did clarify they meant as in process.
Oh, as in process? Well, then that depends on what style you're going for. If you're talking about the same style that I use, stick around. And in a few moments, when I start shading this, you will see.
Fair point.
But it would be hard to explain without actually doing it. But I'm about to do it in a second, so.
Ingo said, wasn't the best advice you ever got starvation's a good motivation? I don't know if I'd call that advice. I'd call it more a motivation.
That's advice from the School of Hard Knocks, baby.
Scrub said, if Lucia was to have a theme song or a video game theme, what genre of music would it be? I'm thinking about making one for her when I get the chance to learn FL Studio. I feel like it'd be something punky.
Punky, like Paramore?
I feel like it'd be, yeah, Paramore's a good thing. I like Paramore, or like something you'd hear in like River City Girls.
Yeah.
That sort of vibe.
She be punkin'.
Not sure if you want to answer this, but would you say your income from being an artist at the moment is beneficial enough to do with your full-time job?
As in, like, do I make enough money doing art to justify it being like my full-time job? Yeah.
Also,
Patreon's public.
I was gonna say we should clarify, because I think one thing, like, art, you only do art, right? You don't do.
Yeah.
You don't have a job.
This is I wake up, I do art. I do. We write stories. I draw books. I draw Twitter posts, Patreon stuff. Yeah, I'm very fortunate in that aspect. Nah, the white's not good. The yellow's were it.
Scrub said I'll have to give Paramore a listen. Yeah, Paramore's great. Their album Riot is legitimately like one of the best pop punk albums ever made. Riot's really good. Brand New Eyes is pretty good too, but it's a bit slower paced. Their last album's good, but that's not the kind of vibe that Scott and I are talking, because it's pretty 80s themed, but it's still really good. I was a very big Paramore stan growing up.
You were a big Hayley Williams stan growing up.
That is true, but I also just love Paramore. They're still one of my favorite bands to this day. They're supposedly recording an album now after like 5 years.
It's not been that long since their last album, has it?
Maybe not been that long. It's been a while. After Laughter came out in like at least 2019, but I think it came out a little earlier. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Well, I'm gonna double check while you faff.
Okay, well I was gonna look it up, but fine, you can look it up. But their last album is After Laughter.
Yeah, 2017. Huh.
Yeah, so 5 years. Yep. Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Weird, man.
What kind of media do you consider art?
Anything can be art if you're creating it. You know, I don't know how to. It'd be hard, like if you're creating something. You know, video games are art, music's art. If you go outside and take a stick and draw in the mud, that's art. Like, you know, art is when you make something with purpose. And that can be nearly anything.
Even macaroni is art. You're right, Ingo.
Even macaroni.
Ingo always chimes in with the most philosophical of answers. But yeah, no, it's simple answer, just anything.
Except for Marvel movies.
The Batman.
And the Batman.
Did you ever do macaroni art in school? I feel like I don't ever remember doing it. I'm sure I did, but I don't like have a memory of doing it.
I mean, I have a vague memory of doing it.
You don't remember the pieces you created?
No.
Those were Scott Mallon originals. Before you got too big for your head. Yeah, I don't remember. I do remember in 5th grade, I really wanted to be a drummer when I was younger. Like, I really wanted to be a drummer. I had a drum set. I got it for my birthday and everything. I was very excited about it. But I was bad. Like, I was never good at it, and so I stopped doing it. But when I was like in 5th grade, I remember I'd signed up for the band, and it was like you got to pick what instrument you want to play, and I picked drums. Like, I picked percussion, and I was so excited because it was before I had like a drum set or anything like that. And so I was like, this is my chance. They're gonna give me like a snare drum, and I'm gonna get to fucking do it. I'm so excited. And I played the bells. And I remember being so upset about this that like I had to haul these fucking bells, this heavy ass thing of bells, around elementary school. And when I come home, I had to practice for like 30 minutes every day. And I remember just like doing it and being miserable and just like hating it, wanting to play drums. I don't know why that memory just came back. I had forgotten about that. Yeah, that, and I played recorder, but I think everyone played recorder in elementary school. I think that's like a thing you had
to play recorder.
All I remember
middle school for me, but
I know it was elementary school for me because I remember I was in like the 3rd or 4th grade, and we had to like, it was like a winter concert or something, and we had to play in like the auditorium, and for like each class like came up and took their turn. And I remember a kid who I was pretty good friends with leaned over to me and said, "Listen, you're so bad, just pretend you're playing. That way it doesn't mess everything up. Just put your finger over the holes and like pretend you're playing." And so I did that because I got too embarrassed to play. But I sucked.
That's the most you story.
For record, I did suck at the recorder. I was really bad at it. Girthy Toes, great name, said, "Love your guys' stuff. Probably an annoying question to answer, but do you have any recommendations on starter artists? Good resources, building a style? Sorry for the loaded question." I think it kind of goes back to what we were just talking about earlier. Just the best piece of advice for any starter is just to draw a lot.
Yeah, draw a lot. Draw what you like, and let your own natural curiosity kind of guide your path for wisdom. Whatever it, like when you start drawing, you're gonna at first just be drawing and having fun, and then eventually you're gonna come something that you want to improve at, and that's your motivation and your spark for studying and improvement. Like saying like, oh man, I drew this, but I want to make the eyes look better, and so that gives you your motivation to study eyes. And that's what you need. You can't just go into it and say like, I'm gonna study for 1 million hours every day, do this, because then you'll get bored of it and not like it very much. You have to find that enjoyment of it early on, to really appreciate what you're doing, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. Is I think too many people, the moment they start drawing, they get really caught up with getting good at it. I think for drawing to stick and be something you really enjoy and want to do, I think you just have to have fun with it for a certain amount of time before you start going, okay, I'm gonna try and get good. Like when Scott and I first started writing and drawing, it wasn't about like, okay, we're gonna do like 10 studies a day and do all this kind of stuff. It was basically literally just like we just wrote for fun and just drew for fun. And so that would be the first thing I would say, is just focus on doing it for fun. And then when you like want to learn how to study, like then look into it. Then just watch Psychro videos.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all. Well, the moment you go, I want to know how to draw something better, just start watching Psychro videos. Just watch every one of his videos. That's what Scott will recommend. Thank you for the input. I always looked at trying to start drawing and never have done it, but I feel pretty overwhelmed at what all there is to learn. The biggest piece of advice I can give about the overwhelmed feeling is just to do it. I mean, there's like the longer you wait, you're just missing time. You could be drawing and enjoying it, and you'll only get better if you draw. Yeah, you know what I mean.
And that's also why it goes back to there's a lot to learn and stuff, but at first you shouldn't be worrying about that. You should just be worrying about what you like, and doing the stuff that you want and drawing what you want. Because if you go into it and you just worry about like, oh man, I need to be the best artist ever of all time, you probably won't like it, because there is a lot to learn, and it is overwhelming. But eventually, naturally, you'll progress at your own pace and say like, oh, I need to learn how to draw this and then learn how to draw that, because you want to. You'll want your pieces to look better in these certain areas, and that'll give you your motivation to study and to learn.
And one thing, I think a lot of people sort of stop themselves before they even start or get hung up on this. And I talked to somebody recently who had similar things. And so I want to say this here. Don't worry about like being good at the start. I feel like a lot of people worry about making things that are really good, or the thing that stops them is they go, oh, well, I'm not going to be really good. Like there's no way I could write a book that's this good. And what I always tell people is that when you're comparing, the reason that you think like you go, oh, I can't make anything that's like this good, or I can't write good stories, is because you are putting yourself up at you're putting yourself in an unfair competition, because you're thinking about people that have, written hundreds of books, or they've written hundreds of things. They've been working, they've been drawing, they've been doing this thing for 10, 15 years. They've read so many things, they've experienced so many things, no matter what their age is, just they've been working for a long time. And you are somebody who has not started drawing it. You've not started, so it's very unfair to compare yourself to someone who's put all that effort in and made it to that point, when there was a time where they were at the same point, and it would be unfair for them to compare too. And so I always say the first thing you're going to draw or write or make is going to be, nobody's ever written a bestseller with the very first thing they've ever written. And if they say that, they're lying. All you can do is just keep doing it. Just write and draw, and don't let yourself be stopped by feelings of not being good. Because like I said, nobody starts good. Scott and I were bad for years before we ever felt like we were any semblance of talented. Just have fun. Just have fun. Don't worry about being good. Eventually you will go, I want to be good, and you will want to start studying, and that's the point. And, it might take you however long it takes you to reach that point where you feel like you're good, but nobody should be worrying about trying to be good right off the start, because you will never be good right off the start. It's just like, think of it's what I like. It's very absurd to think that somebody can like start this craft and immediately be good at it. And I think there's this sort of false perception we get when we read success stories from people who it's like, this person, man, they succeeded at like 16 years old and they like did this and that and this and that. The writer of Aragon made Aragon when he was like 15, 16. And it's like, that person was writing for years and years and years before they ever, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what their age is. It's all just about just how long they've been working, how long they've been doing it. Yeah, no matter what, everyone starts off low tier. It's a good way to think of it. Everyone starts off at this, you know, it's we all have different starting points. We all have different like things and stuff like that, but we all start off bad. Everyone is bad at the start. Echo, I swear to God, shut the fuck up.
He's right though. Mozart did start at age 3.
Rakeem got his plushie, fucking dope. Shout out to the homie Rakeem.
Yeah. We ever gonna do another plush?
We don't decide that.
Well, actually we do.
Well, fair. But you know the answer for us is always going to be yes. As long as Makeshift wants more plushies, we'll keep saying yes.
I mean, we could like do it anytime we wanted.
That is true.
Like with Makeshift, we just have to ask them.
Hit them up every week. Hey, can we have another Lucia plush? We're ready.
I mean, they like making money.
I mean, the way I see it, I think we could do like almost consistent plushies, and I think people would continue to buy them just because they're always a cool thing. It's always, everyone has different outfits they like and different things they like of Lucia. And we still haven't even done a Mia plush. Mia and Suan are dead, so like unfortunately they can't. You know, you don't want to do plushies of the dead.
Disrespectful.
Kind of new here. So what inspired Lucia and the other characters? Lucia was the main character in our comic, The Panty Bear. And she was mostly inspired by just a lot of strong female characters. Scott and I tend to write females as our main characters because we have, I mean, I was raised in a house with 3 women, and he was raised by his mom and stuff like that. And so we typically tend to write strong female characters as our leads. And she was the first time where it was like, we did The Great Witch Artemis before Panty Bear, but she was the first one where we tried to write like an adult female. So, yeah.
And then people on Twitter found her and liked her.
I'm doing Mia fan art right now. Shouldn't that? No, I meant Misha's dead. Sorry, I didn't mean to say Mia. No, Mia's very much alive. Misha's dead.
Who?
Yeah. Actually, no. Misha might be alive. I don't know. She's owned by Ingo now. Ingo adopted her. So it all depends on... It'd be pretty savage if Ingo adopted her to keep her dead. I knew about Scott on Twitter. I really liked his style. There you go, Scott.
Like past tense.
Past tense. I liked you before you fucking sold out.
Fell off. I miss the old Scott.
Guess who just pinged at everyone on the Discord? Did I miss something? Do you mean our Discord? Oh, I see.
Oh,
I see. I thought you were saying like, okay, I understand now. Yeah, everyone go support the homie Rakeem. It's one of the goats.
But not the goat. I'm the goat.
Where can I read the panty wearer? Sounds cool. I like that. We should have named it that. What do you guys think you do as a job right now if art didn't work out? Probably the same thing, but with a lot more misery.
Well, I worked at a hotel for a week.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, probably, honestly, I would just still be writing every day and probably still be living at my parents' and begging them to let me keep writing every day. So
I'd like to think I'd go back to the Holiday Inn.
yeah.
Yeah, I really felt at home there.
So Scott, will you do a gaming
the
channel?
Human trafficking.
You don't play
I
video
don't
games.
Yeah, I don't play enough games to even supply content to the channel. It'd be like Uno episodes, and we would just be inviting Fly and
You know,
Echo.
Echo was like, he was like, what games could we all play together? I almost said Uno, but I didn't think he'd be for it. I think we could all have a fun night playing Uno. Not even for stream, just for fun. Just for fun. What
Echo, Fly, you two should come on stream and play Uno.
Yeah, can we do Uno stream? What is it, 4? 3? I think it's 3.
I think it's 3 because we did Monopoly for one of them.
I don't know. We did do a Monopoly stream. Probably the worst stream we've ever done in terms of viewership.
It's great.
No, I'm talking in terms of viewership. The stream itself was pretty fucking great. I won. So of course it was.
But those of you that were there, you got an experience.
Echo has notably gone quiet on the subject of Uno. The worst part about that fucking Uno stream is that we had one game that went on for legitimately like 25 minutes and Echo lost connection in the middle of it.
It was longer than 25 minutes.
It was a long game. It was like most of the stream was one game. Where can I read the Panty Bear? On Webtoons. We have a thing for it. I think B posted it earlier. If one of the mods could do that again, I'd appreciate it because I don't remember how to do it. I think if you do the links, yeah, I think it's there. There we go. I think it was Clapper that made us that message very long ago because we were too lazy to do it. We were too lazy to set up Nightbot for the longest time, and so Clapper would just copy and paste that over and over. And then I started feeling really bad when I actually thought about it.
Thanks, Clapper.
You would need to pay me to touch Uno again? How much? What's the
price? Have a price?
What's the price if we can get you on stream for 2 hours to play Uno? Name your price. $100 a game? Echo. You mean a stream, right? Come on.
We're about to dip into the Patreon budget.
Is the name Panty Bear a joke to the Panty Raid? Nah, we just came up with the name Panty Bear because we thought it was funny. We were thinking, we had the idea of like the panties and the plushies and everything, and we were like, what is something that's like really jarring to say to somebody? And so we just called it the Panty Bear. I don't know specifically how we came up with it, but I know it was mostly off. We wanted like a name that was like, when people heard it, they'd be like, what the fuck is the Panty Bear? Ask about the Panty Thief. Yeah, we did also write a prequel called The Panty Thief that is sitting in the dumpster of my computer.
In one day. In a Lowe's parking lot.
No. We plotted it in one day. I wrote it in like 3 days.
We outlined it in one day.
Give me more credit.
We also outlined it in one day. From start to finish.
Yeah, it's bad. Doesn't even have Lucia in it. Actually.
No, it has baby Lucia in it.
Yeah, it does have baby Lucia. You're right. Yeah, it has a girl named Chloe. Unknown OC Chloe. She got fucking... She's off. She's never got her chance to shine. Did you see the factory error Lucia plush I got not long ago? If not, I could show it. Do you mean like you got a messed up Lucia plush?
Yeah, I didn't see this. Show it to me.
I am confused. Wait, Lucia had brunette hair? What happened to her? Did she?
Oh, you mean from the cover? That's just the lighting.
Oh, fuck! I forgot about the old Panty Bear cover. A lot of it. If you read the Panty Bear, you'll see a lot of different style changes throughout, because it was drawn over a very long period of time.
About 2 years.
Fuck Lowe's, shout out to Home Depot, and a Lowe's parking lot. I can't believe you'd say that.
In a Lowe's parking lot. SMH in my head.
Echo, what if we could convince Fly to convince you to play Uno with us for free.
I think we can.
Bryce, quick, name your favorite Final Fantasy character in 10 seconds. I've only beaten one Final Fantasy game, and it was Final Fantasy VII. Tifa.
Was she in that game?
She is, yes. She's one of the main characters.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the only Final Fantasy I've ever beaten is Final Fantasy VII. I've played Final Fantasy IX, and I liked it, but I got bored. And I played Final Fantasy X. I've actually played Final Fantasy X like 7 times, and I get 30 hours in, and then get really bored and stop. So you would need Fly to pay me even more. That man accused me of liking sauceless pizza. What happened? Did we miss a feud between you and Fly? Sauceless pizza?
I knew somebody that liked sauceless pizza.
Can you believe that?
Can you believe that?
Price, name your favorite Kingdom Hearts plot hole. The entirety of Kingdom Hearts 3. But Kingdom Hearts 4, let's all get hyped about that.
You gonna cry again? Or?
No. I cried because I was excited for Kingdom Hearts 3 because I waited 13 years for it. And by the end of it, by the end of the game, I regretted the fact that I cried because I was so excited. Like I wanted to take it back. Bryce, can you start explaining the Kingdom Hearts lore? No, I'm good. We got a few more questions.
Reacting to Kingdom Hearts lore stream.
Yeah, we'll watch a 40-minute Kingdom Hearts video on stream. I showed it to you on Discord. I don't want to mess with my Discord right now. Here, let me pull up my phone.
What channel? Tell me what channel, or just at me on Discord.
Also, so we got the question, do you think it's better for a newer artist to learn traditional before digital, or just dive straight into digital?
Whichever you want. People make cool stuff traditionally, people make cool stuff digitally. So whatever it is that you want to make, learn.
They said DM, Scott.
I didn't get a DM.
Can you believe that?
Can you believe that? I have no idea.
Also, how do you do the shine on the characters, and how do you know when to do dark shading?
The shine on the characters? I do that where there be highlight. It also helps to differentiate different, like, see this. So okay, let me try and find a way. Let me explain this. So if you have a cylinder, right, which is like this, you could approximate this with a cylinder. So if you have a cylinder, right, and the light is hitting this cylinder from this direction, like, okay, so this might be where the most direct shading will, or light will go. So this is like the brightest part of the thing. Now, as you get a little bit away from it, see these, I guess you'd call them cells, are facing this way. So they're not getting direct light. So they're going to be a little bit darker. Now this is facing all the way away, so it's not getting any direct light at all. So it's going to be the darkest. However, to help show the fact that it's a cylinder and that it's wrapping away, you can put a little highlight at the bottom to show that, like, because what happens is, like, if this is the ground, right, some light hits the ground and then bounces up. I'll do a different color, see it better. It'll hit the ground and then bounce up. So you might see a highlight like along the bottom that'll be like that. Now I didn't do that here because there's just not a lot of shading there. But I did it like here. I could have done it. I did it on these legs on the left. I could do it here, actually. Like this. like that, and it'd be fine. I don't know. Maybe that didn't make any sense. I feel like I just rambled incoherently for a few minutes, but maybe it was some nugget of knowledge in there.
You should have gotten the picture now, by the way.
Well, I have bad news. I have bad news. Because I didn't get shit.
Do you even have your DMs open on Discord?
No. I said just tag me in the server.
Yeah, that
Or
would
DMB.
be. Yeah, DMB.
She is on it.
How's
Or
the new
shrooms.
comic going? Well, it's going very well. We yeah, it has been a good ride so far. Rewriting the entire book.
It's going well though.
Yeah, rewriting the entire book is just something Scott and I do 4 or 5 times in the process. It doesn't mean things are going bad. It means things are typically going well, actually. Typically, it means we realized we hated the book and that it was really bad, and so we rewrote it to make it good.
Oh, Jesus. I just seen that wow. When did you get did they send you like a new one? I assume they did. That's crazy. Hold on, let me
You know what? I vaguely remember seeing this. And I thought it was a meme, actually.
I'm pulling these up so the chat can see.
Yeah, you
She
got
has,
the
like,
special edition.
That's so weird. I had no idea. Like I said, did they send you a replacement? Because I had no idea. Eh.
I like this part where you just delete the whole drawing. Oh.
No. We're good.
We
I
did
mean,
another
I
plushie.
finished it.
What do you think would be... What outfit do you think you'd lean towards wanting to do?
I don't know yet. I'd have to really think about it, honestly. I know that's a very exciting answer. And everyone's on the edge of their seats with that one.
What would be the vibe for a Mia plush? Would people like a Mia
Big,
plush?
strong. We'd have to break the mold. I'd have to ask Makeship how big they can make their plushies.
What is that? What is the strongest plushie? How dense can you make the plushie?
I guess I'll just draw Stray while we're here.
I found it from a Chinese website for cheap and I really wanted it. It was likely meant to be destroyed.
Oh.
Peculiar.
That's so weird. People out there buying knockoff Lucia plushies.
or defective. I just like the idea that it's just this defective plush that broke out of the warehouse. It
That's
got free.
the Panty Bear sequel.
Yeah. Have her doing a bench press or something. I wonder if we could get a bench pressing Mia plushie. We have people all the time ask for a crab plushie, but I just don't think it would actually do very well.
No, because the crab's always involved in.
It's also a crab, but like it's just a crab at that point. Like we can call it Alfredo the crab, but it's just
you need
a crab.
the context.
That's the only problem with that.
Yeah, I'll get rid of that.
Unless we had them dripped out, like in like the strip games, like how we always get dripped out. What are you drawing now, Scott? Who are you drawing?
Stray.
You're drawing Stray? Like that game?
I'm drawing Stray.
Bro,
Yeah,
you're doing
like the
fan
game.
art? B said drip crab Photoshop idea. You don't even need to go to Photoshop. We have an emote that's literally a drip crab. What do you mean? Look, see? Crab drip. I would love to see the crab turned into a humanoid. There's a new OC idea.
There's a new Patreon idea.
Oh my god. I wonder if Patreon would cancel us for that. Speaking of Patreon, there's a fun new Patreon update out where the website looks really different.
There's a fun new Patreon website out where it sucks.
No, don't say that. No. It's just a fun new little update where the website works a lot better than it used to. We love our Patreon overlords. It's definitely not like, you load up the website and you can't see how much you're earning anymore without going through 18 different menus. They definitely didn't do that or anything.
Because why would they?
It wouldn't make sense to do that. It'd be like a really weird thing. I don't think we're winning ourselves any favors over if we ever have a problem.
We won't have any problems. They love us. We're profitable.
Fair. Yeah, the new Patreon update is certainly interesting. I will say that. A lot of the decisions are very peculiar.
An update that they announced several months ago.
Yeah, legitimately like 3 or 4 months ago, we got an update that was like, there will be a new insights page. We'll finally give you the stats you can already see on Graphtreon. And they did, but like they're kind of worse. And also the website like is just not, it's very hard to use now. Even posting something like takes more effort than it used to.
I love when websites update to be worse. Those are my favorite.
So have you officially decided on the name Stray for this OC?
Yeah, I feel like that's what everyone knows her as.
I know after the first stream, you were pretty hesitant to use the name Stray because you got sick of everyone making jokes about the game whenever it got mentioned.
Yeah, but I feel like people have already forgot about it.
Damn. Is that true? Have we all forgotten about Stray?
When's the last time you heard anybody talk about Stray? Donkey uploaded a video, and by the time he does that, it's over.
Are VODs enabled? Yes, for 60 days. Also, all streams are saved and archived nowhere. But they are saved.
Hey Bryce, have you been downloading the VODs?
I have. Yep.
Cool.
I have every VOD.
You told me to remind you, and I forgot.
Yeah, and you never did.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So.
When I realized I lost the hot chip stream for good.
Tragic. You ate the hot chip for fucking nothing.
Like I said, it was for the people that were there. If you missed it, you missed it. If you were there, you were there. Did you eat before stream?
No, I'm going to dinner after.
I didn't. I'm not eating since 8 o'clock this morning. I'm hungry.
Okay, well that's stupid.
That's what I do every day. I don't know why I'm like this. I wake up and I eat at 5, and then I eat at like 8:30, and then I don't eat again until like 5 p.m. I do it every day. I've been trying to break this habit. I can't. I love your Lucy artwork.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yo, Crab Guy joined the Discord?
Yo.
Can you change your name to Crab Guy in the Discord? Can you do?
I will.
Can you do that? Well, I was gonna say we'll do it if you don't. I would appreciate that. Feel free to use a crab as your profile picture, even. Go all in. When will we see another Mia art?
Soon.
He's checking the spreadsheet.
I I don't have the spreadsheet pulled up,
Wow.
but soon.
Wow, unprofessional moment. B should Photoshop moment. I want to select and mask something and it crashed. How often would you say Photoshop crashes on you, Scott?
Not very often. I mean, I would say maybe once a month.
That sounds like a skill issue, B.
Maybe once a month, and that's really saying something
Because what? You cut out.
because of how much I use it.
Mm.
So like only once a month, that's not bad. How often does your crash, Bryce?
I use Word, so like never.
Okay, well, fuck you. How about that?
I mean, it's true. I cannot tell you the last time Word crashed on me. Now, when I used LibreOffice, it would crash a lot. Back when I used to.
Well, there goes our LibreOffice sponsorship.
I pimp LibreOffice out to everyone. I go, if you can't afford, like, if you can't get Word, get LibreOffice. It's basically like Word, but just worse because it's free. But it's still. I mean, I used it for like 5 years. I started my career in the LibreOffice trenches. Okay. I, at like 18 years old, went and destined, actually more like 17, 16. Don't worry, LibreOffice still crashes a lot. See, that's my boy. I will say about LibreOffice, it crashes a lot, has a great archive system. You won't really lose much work unless like you're just like really unlucky, because typically it like dumps in like where you can like just like recover stuff. But sometimes you get really unlucky and you lose like a whole day of work. I've had that happen more than once. And the last time I had it happen, I got so mad I bought Word finally. And I've never looked back.
See, industry standard, just like Photoshop.
Draw your crab meeting Mr. Krabs. That's the crossover we need. I wonder if we could get SpongeBob to put Lucy in an episode.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It doesn't have to be anything lewd. She can just be there. She wasn't lewd in the Panty Bear.
Lucia and Fortnite win.
I've been following Scott for a little while, but I'm not familiar with the lore of his OCs. I was wondering if they're all from the same story. No. Lucia is the only one from any story. She's from the Panty Bear. The rest are all just from Scott's little mind. Yo, Cheese Dong did Mia fan art?
I feel like I forgot what I was gonna say, but I'll just check out this new fan art instead. Yo, this is cool. Look at. There's probably a better way to do this.
Here, I went full cam for you. There you go. If you're so adamant on showing your phone.
Oh, there we go. Look at the new. Look at it. Can anybody even see that?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Also, you have a Lucia phone case.
I do have a Lucia phone case, yeah.
That other people will be able to get eventually.
Yeah, I need to do that. I need to set that up.
I don't know why I kept it on you just fucking around with your phone for a few minutes.
That's what the people are here for.
Lucia needs to make an appearance in the new Panty and Stocking anime. That would probably be the coolest thing ever. Really, if we could have Lucia appear in anything like that that inspired us, that'd be really cool. If I could get like one artist that like a manga artist or something to draw Lucia, I think that'd be a really cool moment. Like if Kishimoto or somebody like that drew Lucia. Speaking of new animes, I'm excited for Chainsaw Man. Finally, it finally seems like we're gearing up. Scott, you've read Chainsaw Man.
I love Chainsaw Man as much as I love the second half. Gurren Lagann. Also, the Batman's bad. There, I got all of her.
What was your reaction
out of the way.
to the season 2 announcement? My reaction was I was alone. I think just like chilling on my couch, and Scott messaged me and said Panty and Stocking season 2, and I was like, that's really cool, and then I just went back to what I was doing. I was very excited for that moment though. Remember the first time you and I watched Panty and Stocking, Scott? We didn't watch the ending by accident.
I do, yeah.
We won't spoil it, but the first time Scott and I watched Panty and Stocking, we accidentally stopped watching the episode before the ending.
Yeah, it was probably like a year or two before the whole shit.
Yeah, we were always like, man, yeah, like we get what people want a season 2. It was good, but why are people so adamant on it? And then we realized we had fucked up. And we hadn't actually watched the ending. What's Stray's hairpin supposed to be?
It's a cat. It's here, I'll pull up the actual design. It's a little cat. And when she gets hungry, she turns into a cat girl, and then when she gets hungry, she turns into a cat. This is the way. I don't know what she's really doing in the strong I'm doing right now.
She's preparing to fight. How many would you say have there ever been any OCs that you've like made and like gotten this far with? Like where you're at with Stray and just scrapped?
Plenty. If you're not counting things for our books.
No, I'm talking ones that you're specifically like, I'm gonna make this a Twitter OC.
Can we count Sue-Ann?
No, because you actually posted her.
I don't know that that I haven't posted at all. I mean, I've not posted Stray technically. I don't know if I will. Maybe eventually.
Damn, Stray might just be a stream OC.
Is there Twitch? It's when I don't have anything else to Twitch. I'm just gonna draw Stray. This is the way.
When Crab OC, we already have a Crab OC. That happened by accident. He was supposed to be Crab Soup at one point.
That's true.
By the way, do you guys need a new follower sound? No, we purposely don't have a follower sound because we think it'd be annoying. Like it playing off constantly.
Fucking constantly. We get so many followers.
We're so big. Oh, you're right. I turned off Scott's small Mia. Actually, I didn't turn off Scott's small Mia. I don't know. Oh, I got rid of it by accident. Yeah, Scott's supposed to have a little small Mia next to him. I must have fucked up and deleted it. I'll put it back later.
Wow.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal.
Wow.
I'll switch to the guest stream and I'll flick stuff off. How about Lucia wearing the Shantae Space Princess outfit? I guess note that down, Scott.
It's on the list.
Attempt number 4 of asking if I can adopt Sue-Ann. I don't think it's worth adopting. I feel bad. She's just forgotten at this point.
Who?
Yeah. I will say, I think one of my favorite stream moments is still when you, somebody asked you, like they donated and they asked you to draw Misha like one last time, and you drew Lucia pointing the gun at her from behind. that was canonically the best way to kill Lucy off.
That was the last time I ever drew Misha.
Can you believe that? Oh, that was you, B? That must have been before I remembered your name. That must have been before you were like in my brain. Like I was like, oh, I have to actually remember this person.
That was when you were just serve remember.
Yeah, that was when you were just like normal person. But B, no, don't say ouch. You're not there anymore. Be proud of yourself.
Yeah, now we have to remember who you are.
Now I gotta like play Warzone with you and shit. This is getting you back for all the jokes you made against me. No, truthfully, B, I'm kidding. I remembered you from moment 1, but I didn't remember that you were the one that did that. The only thing I remember back when we used to do donations and stuff like that is that I remember when Scrub used to always ask for Yoko.
I did draw more than my fair share. Oh no, my stylus is getting worn out. I need to change.
Can you
my
believe
nib.
that? Wow. Can I abuse my mod power to give Crab Guy mod and your credit card number? No, Ango. No, you cannot.
They finally raised my credit card limit.
We're not
That's
talking
been the
about
most-
your credit card limit on stream.
That's been the most exciting thing to happen to me this week.
Hey guys, I'm here to bring you guys content and entertainment. Let's talk about my credit card limit. Got my credit card limit raised.
Jesus Christ. So nobody's gonna give a shit about this. Oh, we traded Tyler Mallon.
Can you believe that?
Bryce, Soto is official to the Padres. They get Juan Soto and Josh Bell for Luke Voigt, C.J. Abrams, Robert Hassel III, James Wood, Mackenzie Gore, and Jarlin Sasan.
You know what I learned about this whole thing? That Mackenzie Gore is still a prospect. I feel like Mackenzie Gore has been a prospect for 10 years. I don't know why. I just feel like he's just been a prospect forever.
Was he the one that was like a two-way player? Who is that? On the Rays?
I think you're right. I honestly don't remember.
I'm gonna Google it. Rays two-way.
Also, B, I hope you know I love you. I was just goofing around. I love playing Warzone with you very
Brendan McKay.
much. I think Mackenzie Gore's a pitcher, isn't he?
Yeah, Brendan McKay is who I was thinking.
I learned
He
earlier
has a
that Josh Bell is
5.1 this
good.
year.
That's what I learned.
He switches on and off between good and bad.
I didn't know he was hitting 300 this year. Okay, we'll stop the baseball talk before everybody riots on us. But just so everyone knows, Juan Soto to the Padres is a very big deal. Juan Soto recently turned down a 15-year, $440 million contract with the Nationals. Because I guess $440 million wasn't enough.
Such is the life of sports.
Bryce, you said kill Lucy off instead of Misha? Oh, that's fair. Well.
Come on, guys. You know by now that Bryce can't speak.
Oh, that's baseball. See, I feel like everyone, even if you're not into baseball, should learn who Juan Soto is just because the Juan Soto shuffle.
Play no more Minnesota.
Yeah. So what are you doing after stream, Scott?
I'm gonna go see the movie Bullet Train with Brad Pitt and some other people that I don't know.
Brad Pitt and other people.
Not with Brad Pitt. Like I'm not gonna.
Oh,
go.
you didn't call him up.
I didn't call him. Like I'm not going to the red carpet with Brad Pitt. I'm gonna go see it.
You said I'm not gonna bother him.
Yeah, he's a busy guy. He
So
would probably go if I asked him. But
I heard you're seeing it on Tuesday when it doesn't come out until Friday.
yeah.
How is this possible?
Well, see, they do early showings,
Mhm.
which I don't really understand the point of, if I'm being honest. But I'm gonna go see it early
On a Tuesday.
It's on a Tuesday.
A Tuesday.
You guys all probably also could go see it today. I don't think it's
you,
like a
you have
special
Brad
thing.
Pitt privileges. You got to keep this up. I went and saw Elvis this weekend.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was a good time. I liked it. It was a vibey little movie. It was a lot better than I feel like most biopics are. I tend to not be the biggest fan of biopics because I feel like often they force in a story where there's not a story, or they just, I don't know, they like try and make all these moments like really big and make it like kind of like that was a big problem. Like I remember the NWA movie had where it really tried to force this story in and have this like narrative arc. And it wasn't that they're like the things were wrong, but it was just like the narrative arc felt really forced in. I felt like Elvis was pretty good about not doing that at times. I think it's also just it was really interesting. I do think it was a little long. It's almost 3 hours. By like the last 20 minutes, I was like, I get it. But I thought it was really good. I thought Austin Butler did a really good job as Elvis. What'd you think of it?
I was really impressed with it. It had something that I feel like most biopics don't have, which is a lot of style.
Yeah.
And it had a very clearly defined style. So I was really impressed with that.
I also felt like it was made with a lot of care.
Yeah. Like the people that were making it very clearly wanted to be making it.
It did not feel like, I thought from kind of the trailers and just my perception of like, oh, it's a biopic about a famous person, that it was going to just be this kind of like schlocky like thing, but it was very clearly made with a lot of care towards the good and the bad side of Elvis and everything in his life. I thought it was really interesting. I'd recommend anyone go see it. I thought it was a very good time. This is a vibey little drawing.
She's doing the she's like Elvis.
She's like Elvis.
It's like the idea. It's the idea.
Also, the first time you see fucking Austin Butler in that movie as Elvis, he walks out wearing this pink tuxedo. He's fucking hot. I'll say that. I'll foam at the mouth for a second about that. Good looking dude.
Wow, you're objectifying Austin.
Shut the fuck up.
Matthews. What was his name?
Austin Butler. Austin Matthews is the hockey player. The hockey player who's been on the cover of the last two of the last 3 NHL games. This is the Elvis crossover. And I'm gonna go see Nope next weekend.
Quite good.
The plan.
What just happened?
Man, what the rock is cooking.
What? What? Did Ingo send you that?
No, he just joined the chat.
Can Ingo join the chat?
I guess so. God damn it.
Why can Ingo join this chat? He shouldn't be able to join this chat. What the fuck? Ingo said, nah, I can't. Are you fucking with me?
It was Ingo.
Okay. Ah, Ingo, you son of a bitch. But yeah, I'm gonna go see Nope this weekend, is the plan.
It's quite good.
Yeah,
it's not the best movie I've seen this year, but it was quite good.
I'm pretty excited about it. I liked Get Out. I never watched Us, so I don't know, but I heard that wasn't super good.
Have Stray simultaneously. Okay. I'm gonna draw what I think those things are.
I like the sunglasses.
This is what Stray's utility is. Is I draw her doing Mimi dance.
She's the end of stream. I need to get it out.
You know the end is coming soon when I'm drawing Stray whipping and nay-naying.
I like all the time and effort that's going into this. For something you don't even know if you're actually doing right.
There you go. That's a.
Was that it, Scrub?
That's how you, was that it? Was that what it is?
The end is nigh.
It's fun. I don't know. I need to find a time to post her, but I need to do more drawings. But she's cool.
Yeah, she's funky. I think she's really fun.
Yeah, I don't give a shit what you think. So.
Okay, well, never mind. I'll end stream right now, motherfucker.
That's fine. I'm looking for somebody to raid.
I assumed. You hope you all had a good time. We won't be here tomorrow because Scott is a fucker.
Not tomorrow.
But we will be here Thursday.
Thursday, we will be here.
At 6 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. EST.
5 p.m.
At 5 p.m.
You did this earlier today. What is wrong with you?
Always got 6 p.m. on the brain. Really trying to get that stream moved to 6 p.m. Bryce is a Chad? Thank you. First time I've ever been told that in my life.
Apparently everybody streaming right now speaks Spanish. You guys want to raid a Spanish-speaking stream?
Anybody got interesting to talk about while Scott's looking for someone to raid?
All right.
There we go. We found our talking point. Okay, everybody. Well, see you on Thursday. Hope you all had fun. As always, be nice to who we raid. Send thumbs in chat. Be positive. Follow them. Do anything you can.
Wait, Ingo, do the thumb message while we're here.
Oh, yeah, Ingo. Wait, no, but Scrub was the one that made the thumb message. Not Ingo. So you just did it too. See, it's not just me. When somebody sends the thumbs, we always think it's Ingo. Fuck you. I remembered that it was you, Scrub, that made the thumb message.
Doesn't that just seem like something that Ingo would do, though?
It does, but Scrub was the one that did it. Give him proper credit. See, Ingo doesn't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right, fine.
There we go. Everyone.
There we go. Yeah, copy paste that into the
Ingo, remind me to make that a thumb raid thing in Nightbot so that I can just get that easily.
The target channel's disabled raids? Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on, give me a second, guys.
Why would you have raids? What happened to them? They had to disable raids. Yeah, you spam thumb raid. I just think it's
person talk.
I just think it's funny that people are gonna get raided and it's just gonna say thumb raid.
Okay, hold on. This person, yeah.
Okay,
sure.
So we're raiding somebody. We're good.
Yeah, they're not here right now. I'm just looking at an empty chair, but that's fine.
Oh my god! So we're good. We're raiding an empty chair.
Go raid, guys. This is good.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.